Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Andrew, and today I wanted to talk about the differences that I've noticed between coming out when you're on testosterone versus when you're not. So I've noticed two main differences between coming out now that I've been on testosterone for a couple of years versus before whenever I wasn't on any. And that's the way I come out and how people react to it. So the difference between how I come out now compared to how I came out before I was on testosterone really comes down to me being comfortable with myself. Before I was on testosterone, I was very insecure, I was really defensive, I had a lot of social anxiety, and so when people would question me or give me weird looks, it hurt. Flat out, it hurt and it sucked and I hated it. And I could tell they were feeling awkward, which would make me feel awkward, which would in turn make them feel more awkward, and it was awful. Now I don't so much care about what people think about me. I'm a lot more confident in the decisions that I've made and in the decisions that I'm going to make. I'm not really defensive or angry. I'm a lot more patient. There's a lot of key elements that have changed that reflect in my tone whenever I come out. I also have more of a choice to come out now, whereas before people weren't really sure if I was a lesbian or what was really going on, you know? So I had to come out all the time, and I'd have to say, oh no, I'm transgender, and you know, go through all of the questions and everything, where now I can selectively come out. I don't have to come out to everybody that I meet, which is it's really nice, because if you're choosing to come out, I feel like you're a lot more confident with it because it's your choice, you know? So the second part that's really different is the way people react to it. Whenever I wasn't on testosterone, whenever I would come out, people would always ask me questions that were like, well, how do you know you're not going to regret it? Are you sure you're making the right choice? What makes you think that you're a guy? But you were so pretty as a girl. But isn't it going to be hard to date people? It was always just questioning my decision, because even though I know I had made that decision, I still looked like a decision hadn't been made yet, if that makes any sense. Now people don't question it at all. They're never like, oh, are you sure you're making the right decision? Because in their eyes, that decision has already been made. I already look like a guy. So in their mind, it would be harder for me to go back than to just stick with what I'm doing. Rather, before, it looked kind of like it would be easier to change my mind. Whenever I come out to people now, they're usually just genuinely curious. They'll be like, wow, what's it like? Or how do you have sex? Or does your family accept you? They're more curious about current things that I have to deal with. Although I definitely prefer how it feels coming out now compared to how it did before, there are still things that I struggle with when coming out now. Like coming out to somebody that I'm interested in being in a relationship with. I don't necessarily know how they're going to take it, and that could affect them. It's not that I didn't have to deal with that before, it's just because I get a different reaction. People are more shocked that I'm transgender now compared to before, and so if I'm interested in somebody and I tell them I'm transgender, if they have a problem with it, it's more shocking because they totally are caught off guard. They didn't expect it, whereas before it's like, okay, I kind of guessed that you were transgender, so it's not a big deal. I had that expectation already. So those were just some differences that I've noticed between coming out now compared to whenever I wasn't on testosterone. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.